We are doing Detroit Lions versus New York Jets breakdown, analysis, and prediction video. In this video, we're going to talk about offense, defense, going against each other, who's going to show up, what to watch for, everything regarding this game in the preview here. But before we get into today's video, if you like the idea of Charlie Sheen and winning, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. And sometimes being a Lions fan as of late, we're just winning. Also, take that like button with you and let that bad boy get all sorts of coked up. Let's get into today's Lions vs. Jets. I made a video on Monday, and it was the Jets that was favored. This line, just like last week, is moving like crazy. And right now, the Detroit Lions are now favored to win at -1. The total is 48.5 in this game. This line is just one of those things where it's going to move back and forth, and injuries is probably a big part of it as well. Let's go ahead and look at this. The Detroit Lions coming into this game at a 6-7 record. Scoring offense, 5th in the NFL at 26.8. Scoring defense, 27 points allowed, 31st in the NFL. Lions finally moved up on the defense as of late. The defense is playing much, much better. The Jets are at this game here at 7 wins, 6 losses. Scoring offense is 20.3, 22nd in the NFL, but dang, that defense is good. Scoring defense allowing 18.7 points per game. That's 5th in the NFL. When you look at this line, it's going to be moving. I kind of agree with this line. I guess Lions being favorites is a little bit weird on the road, but it's a close game. I'm not going to take the over on this bad boy, but I do like the point spread. So go to chessports.com/LionsBet. You put in the promo code LIONS125, and you will get a 125% deposit bonus. I think the Lions are good on this one. Who do you got? Let me know in the comment section right now. Do you got the Detroit Lions winning this game? Put DET in the comment section if you think Detroit wins. If you have the Jets winning, type NY or NYJ. Let me know who you got winning this game. Let's go ahead and start to break this bad boy down. We're going to start with the Lions offense here. Really good. 26.8 points per game. That's 5th in the NFL. And points allowed per game is 18.7. That's 5th. I think the Lions will get over, but under on their normal point spread. Total yards per game, Lions are 376.4. That's 4th in the NFL. Yards allowed is only 301.2. 3rd. I think the Lions will get over on the Jets, but under on theirs. Passing yards per game, Lions are 7th in the NFL with 248.8. Passing yards per game, 189.4, 4th in the NFL. I'm definitely taking the under for the Lions passing, but just a tad bit over, maybe 200 yards for the Lions pass game. Rushing yards for the Lions, it's 11th in the NFL, 127.5. Rushing yards per game is 111.8, 13th in the NFL. I'm going to take the over on Lions rushing and over on rushing. And right now in turnovers, Lions are +2, 8th in the NFL, and the Jets are -2, 21st in the NFL. Let's look at a big piece to the Jets defense here. Quinnen Williams, an absolute monster here. 11 sacks, and he got nicked up in this last game. That will be a major factor going forward. Carl Lawson, 6 sacks. John Myers, 4 sacks. Bryce Huff, 3.5 sacks, and Sheldon Rankins at 3 sacks. This defense is absolutely legit, and they are lit. Let's go ahead and compare Lions defense versus Jets offense. Lions points allowed per game is 27. That's 31st in the NFL. Points per game, Jets offense is 20.3. I think they will get over on their normal, but under on the Lions. Yards allowed per game, 403.2. That's 31st in the NFL. Total yards per game is 336.8, 19th in the NFL. I think they'll get over, but again, under on the Lions average. Passing yards per game, 30th in the NFL at 263.4 passing yards per game for their defense is 4.8, 25th in the NFL. I think the Lions will be a little bit under on this one. Rushing yards per game, Lions defense allows 139.8. That's 26th. and rushing yards per game is 112.1. I think they'll get over on the Jets' normal rush offense, but it'll be under the Lions there. What is a player you need to pay attention to for the New York Jets offense? Well, that's Mr. Mike White, who has come in for Zach Wilson, who's played really bad, and he's done a really decent job for the Jets offense. Nearly 1,000 yards passing since he's come in, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a QBR of 49.2. So not too bad for the Jets, but he is nicked up, and we'll talk about that here a little bit when we get into the injury report. So this is something you got to look at. Folks, let's get to 300 likes in this video. The more likes we get, the more chance this video gets pushed out there. Go ahead and smash that like button. I would be very gracious if you could do it. It's free to do so and helps the channel out. Let's go ahead and look at the Jets game so far this season. Week 1, they took a loss versus the Baltimore Ravens, 24-9. At that point, Baltimore was looking pretty good with Lamar Jackson. Week 2, they defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-30 in a close game. Cleveland is a decent team this year. Then they took a loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, 27-12. Cincinnati, a really good team. They defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are booty cheeks right now, 24-20. They defeated the Miami Dolphins in a massive win, 42-17. But they did not have Tua in that game. They defeated the Green Bay Packers 27-10, who Green Bay's not playing that well. They defeated the Denver Broncos, who are absolutely terrible, 16-9 in a close game. They took a loss to the New England Patriots, 17-22. Weird how the Patriots always defeat them. Week 9, they defeated the Buffalo Bills in a great game for them. Buffalo, one of the best teams in the AFC and in the NFL, so that is no slouch there. Then they took a loss to the New England Patriots, 3-10, in a weird game, and that's where they benched Zach Wilson, and since they benched him, the offense has played better. They defeated the Chicago Bears, who are a bad football team. They took a loss to the Minnesota Vikings in a really close game, who we just defeated 22-27. And then they just lost to the Buffalo Bills 12-20 in this last game. Before we get into predictions, we've got to talk about the injury report. And right now, the Jets took a beating in that Buffalo game. Clemens, questionable. Quinnen Williams, he got beat up, questionable. I don't know if he plays in this game. I'm certain to lean that he does not play in this game, and if he doesn't, that is a massive loss for the New York Jets, as he is their best defender next to Sauce Gardner. Mike White, questionable as well. Beat up in the ribs. He's tough SOB. He probably plays in this game, but I suspect if he does, he'll probably want to get rid of the football really quick. Corey Davis, questionable, wide receiver for them, a big piece of their offense. And he probably plays, not sure. And Marcel Harris, questionable as well, their linebacker. So this is something that we got to watch all the way till game day, for sure. This is huge for this team. The Detroit Lions are pretty much healthy right now. Questionable, Evan Brown, backup guard center for the Detroit Lions. Joshua Paschal, probable. Romeo Okwara, probable. Jeff Okudah, probable. He was sick. He played in this last game. He was in and out, but he should be good to go by the game on Sunday. Will Harris, probable. Same thing with him. Illness. Derrick Barnes, questionable with an injury. He's a backup linebacker for the Detroit Lions, not a guy you focus on a lot. Chase Lucas, questionable. And, if we do have problems, I'd like to see him maybe over Mike Hughes, even though Mike Hughes made some good plays, but he did get burnt sometimes. And Evan Brown, questionable, the backup guard for the Detroit Lions. We'll see going forward how this, pans out for him. Now let's talk about 5 things to watch for in this game for the Lions to win. And first, you got to run the football. Very important. The pass defense of the Jets is absolutely good. Absolutely amazing, and they are 13th best run defense. So go ahead and run the football. We got Jamal Williams, we have Justin Jackson, and DeAndre Swift. There is no problem in this game to make this a gritty game. And again, it's on the road in a cold stadium at the Meadowlands. Perfect time to run the game, and you got a great offensive line that can open the holes. we got to limit turnovers here. Jamal Williams, no fumbles in this game. Again, the defense of the Jets is exceptional. Really good. We can't do turnovers. Jared Goff, be efficient with passing the football. Continue to do what you have been doing the last 6 weeks. We can do it. Take the points if available. Generally, I'm not all about conservative play calling, but when you're going against an elite defense like the Jets, I think you got to take the points if necessary. We're talking field goals if you have an opportunity. They're not the most elite offense in the NFL. They're not like a Minnesota Vikings that can come in there and destroy it. And when you're playing a sound team, take the points when available in this game. Play sound football. Before the first quarter of the last game that we played against the Minnesota Vikings, we've been really good with flags. This game, we got to be really good with flags again. Again, when you're playing against a sound defense, you want to play a sound football. So don't do the false starts, don't do the holdings, don't do the pass interference. You do that, you should have an opportunity to win this game. And Jared Goff needs to distribute the football to all of the weapons. And it may not be the big names. We're talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown, or we're talking about DJ Chark. But if you have an opportunity to get to your tight ends here, even Zane Zylstra, Brock Wright, your backup running back in Justin Jackson, if you have an opportunity to distribute to all your receivers in Josh Reynolds, that's what you need to do, because this defense is really, really good. And some of these options are probably going to be out to consistently throw to. You don't want to throw to double coverage against these guys. So if you have an opportunity to do check downs in this game, I have no problem with it. There's no reason to risk it in a game like this against a defense. So we're going to do the prediction here for this game. I got the Detroit Lions winning in a close one. I don't think we're going to get over 30 points because this defense is really good, but I have the Detroit Lions winning 24-21. With the injuries that they're sustaining right now and the way that the Lions are playing, the Lions should be able to get the victory here and get to 7 wins and back to 500. You can follow me on all these social media sites: Instagram, Real Mike or Mike, Twitter, Mike Kimber or Mike or Mike, Facebook, Mike Kimber, as well as Lions Nation Unite for the latest Lions news and rumors. Also, a live show tomorrow. Jets fans, come on down. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you got questions, let me know. Try to be as unbiased as humanly possible. One Pride Podcast, 4 p.m.